Here's our pre-assessment and the answers to the problem. So the first question says, write a verbal expression for the algebraic expression 2 plus 5p. Well, look at that. When we read it, that's what we're going to write. 2 plus 5 times p. You can also write the product of 5 and p well, let's do this. We can actually do it this way. Oh, watch that. I'll put the dot right over it. You can say 2 plus the product of 5 and p. I like that. Those are two of the most common. On the quiz, you will see it'll be multiple choice. On the assessment, it'll have multiple choice, so there won't be a question of whether, there'll only be one right answer. Next question, write an algebraic expression for the verbal expression 8 to the 4th power increased by 6. 8 to the 4th power, that needs to be what we call superscript, so make sure it's above there, increased by 6. So increase means plus and 6. Oh, that was weird. Evaluate each expression. So we're going to look here and we're going to do orders of operations. Let's take a look at the operations. We have subtraction, we have exponents, we have multiplication, and we have addition. So which one do we do first? Well, orders of operations says grouping symbols, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So we are going, there are no grouping symbols, so we will do exponents first. Now, here's our exponent. What's the base of it? Is 3. So we're doing 3 squared. That negative is not attached to it because there are no parentheses. So that becomes 62 minus 3 squared is 3 times 3, or 9, times 8 plus 11. So let's look at the operations again. We have subtraction, multiplication, and addition. We're going to do the multiplication first. Very important to understand, what are we multiplying? Negative 9 times positive 8. Negative 9 times positive 8 gives me negative 72. Now we have subtraction and addition. They are equal to each other in importance, and we will do left to right. 62 minus 72 gives me negative 11. Plus 11 gives me 0. Excuse me. Oh, let's see that mistake that I just made. Mr. Mac, hello. My bad. That would be 1. 62 minus 72 is negative 10. Oh, see? It's easy to make mistakes. It's, can you catch them? And in my brain, I knew I made a mistake. Number 4. 4 cubed divided by 8. So we have exponents, and then we have division. We're always going to do exponents before division. 4 to the 3rd is 4 times 4 times 4 divided by 8. On our handy dandy notebook, right, we can do 4 to the 3rd, which equals 64. And then 64 divided by 8 gives us 8. The other way you could have seen this, looked at this, is 4 times 4 times 4 over 8. We can cross cancel. 4 into 8 gives me 2. And then 2 into 4 gives me 2. And I'm left with 2 times 4, which equals 8. Also another way of doing that, instead of multiplying those 4's out. Just a little trick of the trade there. Evaluate, so we're going to plug in or substitute values. So this is 2 times the quantity 4 times 5 plus 1 to the second. So we've got lots of operations here. We have multiplication, we have addition, and we have an exponent. And we have grouping symbols. So we're going to do what's inside the grouping symbol first. So of those operations, of the multiplication, the addition, and the exponent, what do you do first? You're going to do the exponent first. So we're going to simplify inside these parentheses first. 1 squared is 1 times 1, which equals 1. Now we're still inside the parentheses. We're still inside here, and we have multiplication and addition. We're going to do multiplication first. So let's do 2 times the quantity. 4 times 5 is 20 plus 1. We still haven't simplified completely inside the parentheses, so we're going to do 20 plus 1. And 2 times 21 gives us 42. Good. All right, moving on to the next section. We say name the property that is used in this equation. All right, well, we see that that is the inverse of the number, what we call the reciprocal. So inverse in multiplication means reciprocal. Inverse in addition, subtraction, and that's multiplying, addition means opposite. So make sure you know the difference between that. So this is going to be the multiplicative inverse is the property. Multiplicative inverse property. Any number multiplied by its inverse or reciprocal will always equal 1. And here is our inverse of addition. So that is going to be the additive inverse property. Any number added to its inverse is going to equal 0. Use the distributive property to simplify 6 times the quantity x minus 4. So I'd like to see this step in your work because I want to make sure that that negative is attached to the 4 and not the 6. So then we're going to do 6 times x, which is 6x, and 6 times negative 4, which is negative 24. We can't combine those two because they are unlike terms. 6x and negative 24 are unlike. 6x is a variable, negative 24 is a constant. Use the distributive property to rewrite 7 times 98. So what's another way you can do this problem by doing it in mental math? Well, we could substitute 100, we could substitute 100 minus 2 instead of writing 98. And then we can distribute, and again that negative goes to the 2, not the 7, and I can do this mental math, 686. Another way you could have done it, 7 times 98, I don't mind this, 90 plus 8. So that's 7 times 90 plus 7 times 8. I know what 7 times 90 is 630, and 7 times 8 is 56, and we still would get 686. Both of those are okay. I'd actually be impressed to see the right one. Most of you, I would assume, would do the left one. Multiple choice, simplify the expression. So we're looking for like terms. Like terms have the same variable to the same exponent. So these are going to be like terms. Let's look at the b's. Oh, that's b to the second. However, this is b to the first. So they are not like terms. They are unlike terms. So we are going to combine these two terms, 16, and we're going to combine their coefficients. So we have 16 and we have -2, which gives me 14a squared minus 7b squared plus 3b. Remember, it has to be in standard form. So our variables have to be in alphabetical order, A, B, and D. Good, so A comes before B. And then when we're tied, like our B's, you look to the exponent. So you have B and B, but we're going to do B to the second before B to the first. There's an invisible 1 there. So this is the correct answer, standard form. So we would select B. And that's it. All right. 10 problems. There will be 10 problems on the assessment. Let me know if you have any questions. Come and see me during office hours. Thanks.